Shalom. Call Halaim La Alahayanawi Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai Ba'ashim Rakakwadash. Double honors unto the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Salutations as well as health and wellness unto the hopeful elect of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai scattered across the earth. This is your brother Ilah coming to you with another lesson. Oh shit. And this lesson will be entitled How do you know you got the charagma? Can you make a purchase with sin? And this lesson will be a landback off of the video that the elder Manata Zagba from the GMS South Carolina camp had put up. And you see the title of the video. So, Lord willing, the elect of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai be edified, and let's get right into it. And pretty much you have these individuals from the Sons of Thunder making a statement that pushing that, the mark of the beast, right? The MOT to the busy is spiritual, right? Which is incorrect. Right? I mean, it's spiritual in the sense of being written in the scriptures, and the scriptures are spiritual, right? Just like the elder Manata Zagba had stated. I'm sorry, not the elder Manata Zagba, the elder Apostle Gabar, right? The elder Apostle Gabar, Salakia. But it's a physical mark, right? The word mark contains a different meaning in Revelation, the 13th chapter and the 16th verse, than it does in Ezekiel, the 9th chapter and the 4th verse, right? There's two different meanings and two different words behind those words mark, right? So first and foremost, right, let me pull those up in a blue letter. So first, let me pull up Revelation, the 13th chapter. And pull up that word mark, and you see it says charagma, right? Now going furthermore into the meaning of it. Salakia, mark. You see it says... Excuse me. You see it says marking, right? Nick, notch, chip, cut, incision, scratch, scar, pit, pock, imprint, so on and so forth. Now, what does incision mean? And what these individuals are saying makes no fucking sense, man. Right? Incision. And it says a surgical cut made in skin or flesh, right? The action or process of cutting into something. And that's the meaning of the MOT to the busy. It's that RFID micro to the chippy, right? We got to use code, but you know what I'm saying, right? Or I'll say that's how the MOT to the busy is received, right? You see it also says nick, snick, right? But now when you go to the book of Ezekiel, the 9th chapter, verse 4, I believe it's verse 4, verse 4, and I'll read it. It reads, and the Lord said unto him, go through the midst of the city, right? To him is an angel. Through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry, for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. Now this mark here is a spiritual mark, right? This is a mark of exemption from judgment, right? And it tells you that, man. Right? Set a mark So the word there in the Hebrew is tawah, meaning mark as a sign of exemption from judgment. And this should be a mark that's actually desired. We should desire to be exempt from the judgment to come. And this is a mark that is upon the elect of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Right? But this is a spiritual mark once again, meaning as a sign of exemption from judgment. So the mark in Ezekiel 9 and 4 is absolutely different than the mark in Revelation, the 13th chapter. Those are two different marks, right? The mark in Revelation, the 13th chapter is the RFID. The RFID to the chip E, right? This right here, the charagma. And we went into the meaning. So once again, what these individuals are saying makes no sense, right? And, answering the question at hand, right? When the time comes, which is the hour of temptation, which wherein will be the implementation and mandating of the MOT to the busy, right? You will not be able to buy or sell without it, right? So if what these individuals were saying was actually the case, we're all fucked because we all sin. We all sin. So that means we all have the MOT to the busy. If what these guys are saying is the actual case, which is not, right? The MOT to the busy is once again the RFID to the chippy, right? So let me see, let me get a Revelation, the third chapter, verse 10, and it reads, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. See, and let me let me go to Revelation, the 13th chapter, just to bring out that main point. Starting at verse 15. It's Salakia for the noise in the background. It reads, verse 15, and it reads, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak, and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save, meaning except he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Right? Here is wisdom, let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man. That man is Esau Edom, and his number is 666, right? 666. Right? So that's pretty much the point, That's pretty much the point. There's flaws throughout all of their doctrine that they're pushing, as far as that statement. It's flawful, full of flaws, right? Once again, if what they're saying is the case, which is absolutely not, then that means we're all fucked because we all sin. The scriptures say all have sinned and fallen. This is Revelation, the 3rd chapter, verse 23. And it reads, for all have sinned and come short of the glory of the Most High. See? Showing you that what they're saying is not the case, because if it was, everybody would have the MOT to the busy, because we've all have sinned. Right? So, Next, let me get Matthew, the 24th chapter, and the 11th verse, and it reads, "And many false prophets shall rise and shall deceive many." Jumping down to verse 24, it reads, "For there shall arise false anointeds and false prophets, and shall shew great signs and wonders, insomuch that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect," which the elect being deceived is impossible, right? When you read in John, the 10th chapter, it tells you that no man can pluck the Lord's sheep out of his hand, neither out of his Father's hand, right? Talking about the elect, right? So let me get 1 John, the 4th chapter. It reads, "Beloved, believe not every spirit, but try the spirits whether they are of the Most High, because many false prophets are going out into the world. Hereby know ye the Spirit of the Most High. Every spirit that confesseth that Yahushua HaMashiach is come in the flesh is of the Most High. And every spirit that confesseth not that Yahushua HaMashiach is come in the flesh is not of the Most High. And this is that spirit of it says Antichrist, but anti-anointed, whereof ye have heard that it should come, and even now already is it in the world." Right? Let me get Matthew, the 7th chapter, verse 15, and it reads, "Beware of false prophets, which come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ravening wolves." Right? 2 Peter, verse 1, and it reads, "But there were false prophets also among the people, even as there shall be false teachers among you, who privately shall bring in damnable heresies, even denying the Lord that bought them, and bringing upon themselves swift destruction." Right, let's look up the definition of the word heresy. I think I'm spelling it correctly. It says belief or opinion contrary to orthodox religious, especially Christian doctrine. Ultimately, a belief or opinion contrary to the word of the Lord, right? Let me get Matthew. Oh, we already got that. Let me get 1 Corinthians, the 14th chapter, right? Because this shows you that, the Lord is not the author of the doctrine that they're preaching, right? Because what they're preaching is confusion. And the Lord is not the author of confusion. 1 Corinthians 14 and 33. "For the Most High is not the author of confusion, but of peace, as in all churches of the saints." So, that's pretty much the point of this lesson, quick hit. So with that, Lord willing, you were edified. Once again and forever, all praises, honor, and glorification unto our mighty, marvelous, and wonderful power. Call Halaimla Alahayanawa Yahweh Bashim Yahushai Bashim Rakakwadash. Double honors unto the elders and apostles of Great Millstone once again, whom I learned this truth from. Salutations as well as health and wellness unto the hopeful elect of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai scattered across the earth. The Wadi Yahweh Bashim Yahushai for giving me the spirit to do this beautiful lesson. And see you in the next lesson, Lord willing. Wa Yahweh Bashim Yahushai Babu Kasha Ababa Ball. Wa Shalom DTA soon and stay sharp. Shalom. Keep pushing.